Broadcast live.
My name is VenusRaps. Well, actually, my name is VenusRaps, right? But I go by the name of VenusRaps, which is my stage name, and I'm a rapper, singer-songwriter, all-around cool girl. Yeah. How I came up with the name VenusRaps was because I think initially it was just like Vanessa, and it was Pinky Vanessa initially, and then I started being heavily influenced by like mythology, but I was very heavily into Greek mythology, and I really messed with Aphrodite. Then I discovered that Roman mythology is kind of like a mirror of Greek mythology, and the equivalent of Aphrodite is Venus there. And I was like, Vanessa, Venus? I said, that's her. And the raps actually comes from, there's a guy called VenusRaps.
I show you what's worth it, I eat it, you eat it, just all that I'm saying. Hope that you see I'm the man here. Never done when I talk about the cash yet. Want it fast yet. If it's money, pay me really fast yet.
Who is from Newcastle. We actually grew up like a street apart. And I discovered he started rapping. Well, I had been rapping since like young. And then I saw his name is VenusRaps, and I was like, there was just one thing short. And I was like, yeah, VenusRaps. So that's how VenusRaps kind of came together. I think the green hair might have been a mistake. I think it might have been 2017, which was like initially when I first moved out of home. And you remember like that time was like, everyone was doing pink hair and blue hair. And I was just like, I always see the pink and blue. I want something for me. So I went to the salon in Bram and asked them to dye my hair. And they asked what color, and I said green. And so even when the dye kind of faded out, I was like, okay, let's do braids, but like in green. And so since then, I guess like people have kind of, I guess relate the color green to VenusRaps. And so I decided, let it just be a thing together, you know, that works together, and it makes branding easier for me anyway. How I actually met Eddie to even work with him on Superstar was, there's two guys who are based in Germany, Manu and Owen, and they have a collective that they call RDK, right? And so they decided, okay, let's have a writing camp. Let's go all the way to SA, pick out 12 artists, 12 creatives, which is artists and producers, and just essentially kind of do this out of the ordinary writing camp, where we just do a week of working. And so it just happened that every single session that I was with Eddie in, I ended up doing my best work. Even when I met him, because I think initially I had known him through K-Faith, who I also worked with, but I didn't know him personally. And so when I met him personally, it was crazy because he's such a cool guy. Like, he's just like very calm, very humble, great friend also. So yeah, it was great working with him. I think that was the first time I decided, okay, let's actually do kind of like a Skupu vibe, a Kwaito, take it to the hood type shit. What I tend to do with my projects is I tend to title them as affirmations, right? So the first one was AIR, and I felt like with a debut mixtape that was called AIR, I needed to come alive with the second body of work. And I felt like Superstar, because I've always been calling myself a superstar since like I discovered that I'm the girl. But I felt like Superstar was kind of like a good declaration, but also an affirmation to myself.
Mom saying I'm not the same, friends saying I switched up, because once they saw me on TV, they all thought I'd be paid up. I'm always angry, I can't even write a song no more. Label saying I'm sounding too angry, I should sing some more.
I think that line was said, the line, label saying I'm sounding too angry, I should sing some more, was really written at a point where I was confused, and I couldn't quite fathom what people wanted from me. Like, if you sign me because I rap really well, it didn't make sense for me for you to then say to me, I want you to sing, you know? Especially at that point, because I don't think I had even been given a chance to grow as an artist, to grow into my own persona as a human being outside of being an artist. And so at that point, it just seemed like, what do you want from me, right? And so now going into Superstar and singing quite a bit more is because I've then found my voice and now I can actually tolerate it. And because I'm working with people who then know how to tweak it so that because my voice is still very like new to me, right? I'm still kind of figuring out, oh, I can do that, oh, I can do, which actually reminds me of the past weekend. I had a writing camp and I did a whole stack of vocals where I'm singing and it sounds amazing, but I didn't know I could do that. So I just thought, okay, I just sing now. And now I know that I sing now, right? So I think with Superstar, it's really just kind of me growing as an artist and growing as a vocalist in general. I think for me, the biggest challenges have been more internal than external. Because in as much as like the external stuff matters, like, oh, I want to put this out, but like I can't because I'm currently signed and or whatever, like people face. I think for me, it's mostly been internal because I realized that for a lot of my career, I've been bubbling under for like 6-7 years. And so I think it's realizing that sometimes I stood in my own way. And there were times where I wasn't willing to be open. I wasn't open to criticism. I wasn't willing to be adaptable. And I think that also kind of stems from how I even started rapping. I started with a bunch of, 25, 26-year-olds when I was 12. And these were all my older brothers. So they kind of raised me to kind of be very assertive in the ideas they were kind of instilling in me. And so that's why I was kind of immovable when I grew up. But I think now that I'm more open and I'm more honest even with myself, it's making for a better career. Yeah.
Broadcast live